Hi and welcome back to the next stage of this RAF Red Arrows Hawk that we're building. It's the starter set. What I've done, I've used everything that's in the starter set to do it, including the small brush. I don't know whether the small brush gives the thing, because it does make the painting a little bit, to my mind, a bit patchy. I'll get it in focus. This wing has had 3 coats. This wing has had 1. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit streaky in places. The underbelly, that's had 3 coats as well. I decided to do it without the wheels down. The reason is, I think, because of this new stand, which I think is a very good invention, you can have it standing and you can tilt the plane. So if you had that, I think it would look good on your office desk or something like that, and you can just swivel it around and imagine the actual real display team flying in. So that's where I am. So there are patches on here, like on this side where there's no paint yet. The reason is, I just wanted to show you what it would look like at different stages. I didn't want to really make a video of you sitting there watching me do every single bit. I've glued it together, I've rubbed it down, and in some places I've used a little bit of wet and dry, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a little bit like a sandpaper, very, very fine in most cases, and you put a little bit of water on it and you kind of rub it down, and it if you do it nicely, it doesn't take all the detail away, because the main thing with these models is keeping the lines that are on the wings and various other little bits, of where bits open and shut, obviously, like where the wheels are. You need the line on there because they close and you can see the line, and then they open. So yeah, it's all a part of the makeup of the plane. And like I say, this iconic stand, on the box they show it painted black, so I think that's what I will do. My next stage, really, because we're getting very near the end now, is to put the clear plastic cockpit cover. It does show, and I've had a look, that there are some bits on that you can actually paint. There's a white line that goes across the middle. So this is it. So I'll show you that in the screen, if I can get that in focus properly. So that's it, how it comes. You can leave it on that for painting. I think that'd be all right. I might just cut it off, actually, just so that we can have a little dummy fit of it. So I'll get my trusty sprue cutters here and just give that a little nip off there. That's it. Let's come off like that. And this bit here, just nip. That'll just need a little file up in a minute. Now, it shows a big tab at the back there, where my finger's touching, which slides into a slot. There's one little bit to get off as well here. So get that in quite close. As you can see, that pinged off nicely. Right, so that slides in, and then it snaps down quite clearly. So I'll take it off its stand, and you can see I don't think we need too much fiddling around to fit that down in quite snugly, like that. So there we are. That's the cockpit on. I have painted them in. I've painted the seats, because you see that on a previous video. Done the seats. I'm going to put a grey line. There is a line round the actual cockpit glass, and then there's a white bit that goes over the centre, I think, which corresponds with the decals that come with this, because I think that's what will really set it apart when it's finished. I did do one thing inside the jet intakes. I did paint that black, so that was just my own thing. There just seems too much red, to be quite honest, but that's that. The pilots are on this sprue here, so you should be able to see any minute when I can get it right. The 2 pilots are there. So once the camera focuses on them. So black boots, the red all-in-one suit that they wear. a white helmet, and then the black, we had the black face mask and the pipe coming down obviously to connect to the oxygen so they can breathe while they're flying. So they will be snipped off and put in before the glass is set. So really that's where we are on this now. I just finished painting it now. My thing is with this starter set, the paints are not too bad. Lots of stirring. The secret with acrylic paint, lots of stirring. Get it at even consistency right the way through. Then if you can get a biggish brush, the one you get with it is quite small actually, which is this one here. And of course, if you're painting quite a large area, like the wing is quite a large area, and you keep going across, it's very streaky. Whereas if you've got a wider brush that you can put in and do it, you can do it in a much bigger sweep. I mean, most modelers, when they're painting bigger areas, will use a bigger brush. But I've used all the materials, tools, paint that have come with the kit. So, because if you're just starting out, that may be all you've got. So, and I'm trying to show you what you can achieve with the basic box of bits that comes. So, but basically it's a lovely aircraft. It fits together very well, and there's no real seams that you can see. I've done no filling, so it's just basically rubbing down and paint. Sometimes I try and coax a little bit of paint into a groove and leave it like that, and then the next coat over the top and do it like that. But that's just something most of us modelers have been doing for years. Yeah, you can use a filler, you can buy body filler and things, but I think with a lot of these modern Airfix models now, where the moulding is all been retooled, rejigged, is a lot better. So anyway, that's where I am at the moment on that. So the next bit will be to paint the cockpit cover. I don't think you really want to sit and watch me do that. I will get that done. I will get the pilots in, get the plane ready, and then the last bit will be putting the decals on, because if you've never done that before, you can lose them quite easily. There is a knack, excuse me, especially on some of these, because they kind of wrap around a large area. So you don't want to take the whole thing off and then it folds over and sticks to itself, because that's what it does. And then you've got to try and prise it apart while it's wet and everything else. So perhaps not a good thing, but I'll show you how I do it, and then that's it. If you're a younger person doing this, you may need help on doing it, but if you're brave enough and you take your time, then there's no reason why you can't. I mean, when we were kids and we built things, we might just put the roundels on the wings, and that would be it. A lot of the stuff we just wouldn't bother with, because we would just went and brought the thing, glued it together, stuck bits on, and away we went. We were outside fighting a kind of a remake of the Second World War, I think, basically what we were doing at the time. But anyway, there you are. So hopefully that's been helpful to you, and probably one more part will see the end to this, and I hope it has been helpful. Please make comments on this, and if you like it, please subscribe, because I will be doing a lot more model making over the coming months. It's not always aircraft, it could be boats, it could be railway, it's something connected with railway, because I do all forms of modelling. So yes, anyway, thank you for watching now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.